Stats SA says the country's targeted consumer inflation quickened to 6.1% year-on-year in November, and the number of people employed in the formal sector has increased by 0.7% in the third quarter. Ambusisiwa Khadeb with the latest news update. Statistics South Africa says the country's targeted consumer inflation quickened to 6.1% year-on-year in November from 6% in October. Economists say rising food prices, a hike in the petrol price and higher administrative prices pushed CPI higher. ETM market analyst George Glenos says that this was in line with market expectations. He says that inflation is likely to subside in the first quarter of next year before the effects of the weaker rand put upward pressure on prices. Glenos, however, says that the Reserve Bank will hold rates at current levels because the rising inflation will be offset by the weaker growth outlook. The National Consumer Forum, NCF, says some brands of maize meal do not contain the level of nutrients required by law. This is despite a decade-long effort by government to get certain staple foods fortified with vitamins and other micronutrients as a way of fighting malnutrition. The forum sent samples of maize meal products from supermarket shelves for laboratory testing and found both the brands it tested fell short of the legal requirements. These included vitamin A, riboflavin, iron and niacinamide. The Pretoria Commercial Crimes Court has provisionally withdrawn fraud and corruption charges laid against former crime intelligence boss Richard Mhluli relating to the purchase of 2 vehicles for his unit. Mhluli had earlier contended that the whole case against him was orchestrated by detractors who saw red when he was appointed crime intelligence head. Mhluli says he is happy that charges against him have been withdrawn.
No, I feel relieved because from the start I did indicate that the charges were just a smear campaign against me, and I hope for the best. Whoever I've been behind this, well, it's up to him, but I feel relieved about it. My way forward is consult with my advocate, my representative, and then we'll take it from there.
In a separate case in the Boksburg Magistrates Court, Mhluli is expected to stand trial in April for a range of charges, including murder. Meanwhile, the National Prosecuting Authority is considering a presentation by Mhluli that the case against him is a miscarriage of justice. The murder case relates to the 1999 incident in which he allegedly masterminded the murder of his alleged love rival, Obara Mokhibe. Mhluli has also been charged with disposing of a docket relating to the Ramokhibe killing. And lastly, the country's quarterly employment statistics show that the number of people employed in the formal sector has increased by 0.7% in the third quarter compared to the previous quarter. This was because the retail, construction and the financial service sectors added jobs. Stats SA released the figures yesterday. Meanwhile, the manufacturing sector continued to shed jobs with 8,000 people out of work compared to a year ago in the sector. Chris Hart, an economist at Investment Solutions, says nevertheless more jobs still need to be created. Catch our malaria package on Option 7 and the latest news anytime here on Newsbreak, Option 1.